get that thing down. Okay, everybody, so this is huge. I am now on with Sofi, and we are going to play some tanks tonight. She has very kindly joined me here pretty late during the week, so we're like hiding from mom and dad and up late and trying to be quiet about this, but we are going to do a platoon, and I'm going to let her pick tanks, and we are just going to kind of go from there. Can you hear me okay? Am I too loud, too quiet? Sofi, am I
Everything is absolutely fine on my end. This is not a
perfect?
problem, so
Okay,
let me know if you have any audio issues on your end, and I think it should be fine.
beautiful. All right, well, let's you pick a tank, and I will follow with whatever I can find.
Hmm. I'm one of those people that like keeps tanks. I don't really like to sell tanks unless I get pissed off. I'll just like rage sell a tank, but I have a lot over all different kinds of tiers, and but something that I've really enjoyed in the past couple months, in my personal opinion, wargaming has fixed tier 8. It used to be what I consider incredibly unfun after 357 came out, and it kind of put me off tier 8 completely, and I just played tier 9 and 10 all the time.
Right.
And I think that we can probably start out. Do you like tier 10?
Sure, I'll play tier 10.
Okay. I like to play the Maus. That is my tank. I feel like everybody has that tank that they go to when games are starting to suck,
Yep.
or when they don't feel like they don't feel like they got it. Like the Maus started to be that way after they buffed it and 357 was rolling and everything. I was like, man, but I started to really enjoy the Maus because it's the angling and things like that I think is really fun. I think it's really fun to bounce an enormous amount of damage and piss people off by continuing to exist despite their best efforts. And the Maus is kind of my take, so I like to roll it out.
You are
Kind of.
famous. You are well known for the mouse, and you had a stream the other night where you went in the middle of Prokhorovka, or no, yeah, Prokhorovka, and got in the middle down by the river there and just bounced like 6,000, 10,000 damage or something ridiculous like that. Yeah, so I do not have the mouse, but I have the E100. So
Oh, just as good. E100's great.
yep. So let's just jump into whatever we jump into, and my whole thing is let's just have fun with it. And
Yeah, just play. I like heavies because I can be aggressive. I like to be aggressive and just kind of. After in college, it was a little bit different. I had a little bit more time, and I was more interested in like try harding. I started to get like pretty decent, and it was going. Then I started to work full time. I was like, you know what? I really don't care. Like, I really don't have the energy to give that much of a fuck. So I just like to kind of have fun and see what I can do and see what kind of like stupid ass off meta, like
yeah,
over aggressive shit I can get away with. And I still think it's fun. What do you think about the E100?
um, I think it's map dependent. Um, Especially with the change in arty. So when I was out of the game for a while, the whole meta of the game changed, artillery changed, and all that sort of stuff. So it was one of these tanks where also I spent a lot of time learning how to side scrape with this and how to make sure I turn the turret when somebody's going to shoot back at me to try and bounce things and all that. So this is still a learning tank for me, but I think it's a great tank. Um, it's definitely better in cities than it is where we are out in the steppes.
Right.
But what I'll do is I'll just follow you. I mean,
Oh, that's not a good idea, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I like E100 on this map is not really my favorite. I love it. I'm a huge E100 fan. That was like one of my, I think it was my second tier 10. I really enjoy it, but like you said, it definitely, I think that it could do well on any map, but it definitely does depend who you're up against. Um,
yeah, and we've
Due
got
to
two
its,
artillery.
yeah, usually I roll over this side because there's something about that other side I don't really like in a super heavy. I think it's like the hill and things. I don't know. I also don't like this side. To be honest with you, I don't really like the changes to this map after 1.0. But 1.0 came out after you were gone, and it was a lot of changes to the game. Wait, did you come back before 1.0 was out?
So I just came back like 3 months ago, maybe.
Okay, yeah. If you missed it, it was a lot of changes. So
I left a year ago, summer a year ago, and came back a couple of months back. So.
okay.
Oh,
I'm spotted. Yeah, the E100 definitely beats Mouse, but well, I find that E100 is still like king of brawls due to the ridiculous damage on the gun. It's just already got me. It's just the gun is a little bit more troll than I'm willing to want to deal with. I did say earlier that I'm not like super try hard, but one of the things that really bugs me about this game is shots that you should have made that you don't.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, like, coming from, like, I grew up with games and I played shooters, and when you have a shot that normally in a shooter, you aim correctly, you make the shot.
Yep.
But in this game, you can do everything correct and then still get fucked, and then somebody who actually is less skilled than you can just get lucky. And I find that particular aspect is very frustrating. I wish they would bring down the RNG, and I almost quit the game after the accuracy nerf a few years back.
Yep.
And the mouse, to me, I like it due to its accuracy. It's very dependable for making shots at distance and closer up. I still like after the accuracy nerf, it's a little bit less about finding weak spots and more about clicking two, because people would rather spend the extra money to have their shot not fuck them over. But
yeah, that's very true. I think that I played tonight earlier. I played a T49 and I was within, like, I don't know, 10 meters of the guy, and he was side on to me and the shot missed. It's like, come on, man.
yeah, there's a 40-05 in that bush, by the way. He was shooting AP, but he just shot. So you're good if you come quick, but you have to come with me. He's hiding. Just gonna try to fire a guess in there. I really like blind shotting. I feel like I play this game enough to know where people probably are.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. I just lob. It's AP. It's cheap. Just chuck a shot over there and kind of see.
That's exactly what I just did.
Lucky. Yeah.
Well, I actually shot high explosive over there. I probably ought to switch from high explosive to something else.
In this particular setup, I would, just because of the, I believe in AP 100. I think AP 100 in most situations does fine. Up against a mouse, I will go ahead and click that too, or something like that, but it kind of depends on who you're brawling and what their weak spots are like. Against another E100, I'll use heat for the cheeks. There's a 155 over there with the Fosh.
Where did the shot come from?
Right here.
Okay.
So, be careful. He shot, I think. Oh, there's the enemy E100. Oh, get his ass in that low plate. Oh, here he comes. Oof.
That's a good hit.
Yeah. Oh, he fucked up, dude.
Yeah, he did. Ooh. You got chewed.
One less tank. One less problem.
Already got me.
Already got you.
Yep.
I don't really want to go around this corner yet, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but I feel hesitation station. All right, okay, let's do it. Balls out. Where is? Oh, the 155 is shooting me. There he is. I tracked him. Ah, party shot.
Tracked him also.
Oof, he's
Just
fixing it.
Completely
It's almost
sideways.
And I failed to pen from the front, even though his huge ass low plate was showing. That's exciting. Wonder where that E5 went. Oh, he's still there.
I do find though that something weird happened in the game where platooning now is even more effective than it was a couple of patches ago. Like,
How so?
I just feel like it's just extra. I don't know. It just seems like that. I don't know how to explain it.
Effective with regards to...
You're rewarded more by platooning now. Oh wow! I just got totally smoked in like 2 shots.
I think that 4005 clapped your ass there.
That was the 140 that did it.
The hold down, heat spamming 140.
Yeah, he hit me for 670. Oh, the FP 4005 got me for 1,000 points. That's why.
That would do it.
That would do it. Yeah.
That'll do it.
And then I got hit twice by the heat spamming 140.
Same. Still heat spamming. It's fun.
Yeah. So I
bait him.
I think the I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like platooning's always been easier. Obviously, you're more successful in a platoon if you have a legitimately decent player with you. But
Right.
like now, it seems like it's even more so, and I don't know if that's because they changed the accuracy or something in the game to make it harder for an individual to. I don't know. I can't use my words out of my word hole. Right.
Do not like my mouth words. I think I haven't really platooned in a really long time. 357 made it in my I really don't, and because I don't mind grinding tanks, but I'm an aggressive player, and so being bottom tier isn't very fun when it's +2, -2, or the old with light tanks it's a different thing, but
Right.
back in the day but regardless, if you're in a heavy tank and you're bottom tier, it means you get to do fuck all. And that's not very fun, and I get impatient, and I don't have good games, and I just don't like having to play like super carefully or feel really
Oh,
ineffective.
watch that 140.
Oh, I'm watching his ass.
Nice.
He definitely like I don't like to feel ineffective. Like I play video games, when you're skilled, you should be able to produce a result. When
Right.
things are stacked against you so that you cannot be effective, I find it unfun, and like I'm not a huge fan of that. So fucking 140. I'm gonna get his ass though. His team is tearing me apart, but fuck my life. Maybe I shouldn't have come up this ridge. He knows though. I'm gonna get flanked. There's nothing I can do about it. Well,
Uh,
yeah, try to put the ass angle on him, but it didn't work. I blocked 8K though, which is hilarious.
that's a pretty good number.
I love the mouse.
I did not
Ugh.
block 8K.
Yeah, I fucked up that last, like, sometimes when there's more than one enemy, I find it hard to focus on one, because I want to kill all of them, and just...
Yeah. Get the bloodthirst. When my kids were little, we had a au pair. We hired this young lady through an agency, and she was German. She was the sweetest, nicest girl, right? And she was always calm and just as sweet as she could be. And one day my kids said, "Come play video games with us." They had the Lego Star Wars Lego thing for the Xbox, and they were playing that. And
Hmm.
she's like, "No, no, no, I don't. I'm not. I don't do that. I don't know how to play." Oh, okay. TDs, right? Um, what tier is that? Tier
That's a
9?
9, yeah.
So if I play my ISU 152, that'll work, won't it?
That's a tier 8.
Then
But I can do an 8 with you. I have a lot of those.
well,
This is just fun. I just like to think because it's funny.
let me see what I have in the way of TDs for. No, I could do the waffle.
Okay.
Do you want me to play teen or do you want me to play like a scout?
I don't care.
Let's
Do
play
your
teen.
thing.
Let's play teen.
Yeah, don't mind.
So she was like, okay, well I'll play. So she started playing the Xbox Lego Star Wars or Lego Indiana Jones, whichever damn game it was. She turned within like 5 minutes into the most bloodthirsty creature. She looked scared of the kids. Like my daughter started crying. She was like 3 and she started crying. She's like, she's so mean. But like the boys were like, what happened to her? They're like, we don't know who this person is. I'm like, yeah, she obviously got a little aggressive there.
That's funny.
It was very funny. She's like totally aggressive, completely different person. I'm like, yeah, maybe she shouldn't play video games with the kids anymore. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
For me, it's sort of like I used to, when I was in college, I used to play a lot of MOBAs. I played Dota and I played League of Legends and I played RTSs as well. I didn't really start getting into World of Tanks until early 2013, but it's those games are innately like it's very much more team based. I really feel like there's you have 14 other people, and sometimes you can carry hard, and sometimes the circumstances are such that you just can't.
Right.
But it doesn't really feel like, oh, my entire team was shit. It just feels like the circumstance. One or two shitters aren't necessarily going to ruin the entire game in World of Tanks, whereas in League of Legends or Dota, if you have one shitter, they can make it impossible. Even, it doesn't matter how good you are, because, if you die, the enemy team gets extra benefits, extra gold from you dying, so you feed the enemy team and make them stronger. That doesn't happen in World of Tanks. Your ass just dies and you just go, and you
Right.
could have shot people and then you didn't, but it's fine, you know. So World of Tanks isn't like I found myself like with World of Tanks compared to other team-based video games where it's a lot more team-based, you know. Everybody has to do well and a single person can fuck it up. I find that World of Tanks in general doesn't really I don't find myself angry at my team or is certain individuals at my team. I find myself more frustrated with myself because I could have done that better and I knew it.
Yep.
Or like I saw the point where I decided to lose focus or I decided to go in or I see that it's my own error and I don't know as well that could just be maturity, but World of Tanks isn't, and a lot of people you see, like I find that World of Tanks is a lot less toxic than these other games as well.
I think on the North American server it is.
Yeah, for sure. But compared to the online games that I grew up playing and that are still popping, it's very, 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 very different. But it's my own, like I said, I play on an A and I'm also probably pretty biased just having a thick skin and I don't really, I'm not like really, really bad, so I don't get a lot of shit in messages or after the game or whatever, but it's nice to feel like I don't care about if my team is bad, you know? It stresses me out less. It's just the game itself that fucks you over instead of regular people.
Yeah, I find that it's me that fucks me over, right?
Right, yes,
It is totally me, and if I go back, as soon as I'm dead, I go, boy, I should have listened to myself when I said, gee, don't sit here, you know? And I'm trying to relearn not to get myself jammed up in situations that I should not be in. And it's purely 100% my own fault, you know?
Yeah. I like that, though. It puts the responsibility on me to learn rather than... And I think that other people have a fine time blaming other people in this game, but... it's just interesting. It's just different.
It's all for me, whether I'm in a team or not. And that's why I really liked working with Lemming, is because he's like, what do you think we should do next? Now look at the map. What do you think should happen? You know, he's very much like, get here, take 2 shots and leave. Don't stick around. Don't try for more. You know, and it's like, oh shit, I never really thought about that. So it is definitely at the end of every game that I play, you'll sometimes hear me on my YouTube channel where I'm like, well, I really fucked that up. I should have done this instead, and it's all hindsight. But it's learning, you know, and I'm more than happy to take the blame for my... Ooh, I can shoot that guy right in the back. Ooh, I killed him.
Nice time. Yeah, I've been messing up my shots. I keep hitting Descent in his gun mantlet or in his turret, and it's not going well for me, so... Nice.
Thank you.
I don't think he's gonna come around that corner where I can get him again.
Is that the one you're looking for, is the scent?
Yeah, the scent. I've whiffed.
No, I think he's backing off. I don't know, here he comes. Come on, baby. I think I hit him.
Yes.
I don't know if I did or not. I think I did.
I'm gonna have to handle that T-103 as well.
That's that guy. So what was your, like, how did you get into this game? How did you hear about it?
I remember seeing advertisements for it. Like, this was in early 2013, so I played a lot of war games. I've been interested in military history for, like, as long as I can remember, so I played military history games my whole life, whether that was, like, you know, Battlefield 1942, or getting into RTSs later, played Company of Heroes, played Heart to Iron, all sorts of stuff. So, I had seen advertisements for it, but I'm not really a social gamer, so especially then, like, I play with friends.
Right.
And there were some games that I just, like, you know, marathon mode by myself, but for the most part, I really like to play with my friends. And so I had a friend, and he was like, you gotta play this game, and he's super into military history as well. And I was like, what is it? It's like, oh, World of Tanks, like, that could be cool. Like, I quite like tanks, you know. Tanks were probably one of the bigger sections of interest military history-wise for me, so I've been interested in tanks for a really long time. When I was 8 years old, I went to like a living history event for a school field trip, and they had like a little die-cast Panzer IV for sale at one of the little booths, and I like had to have it. So I've been interested in tanks for a really long time. So
That's
tanks,
awesome.
yeah, it was like, oh sweet, like, and then of course for me the main appeal was the World War II tanks, but I started playing, and I remember I played so much of this game this semester, and I had absolutely no idea how to play it. But I was so like I was trash, you know, like 400 when like trashity trash. But I was just having a good goddamn time. I just drink and play headset. It was a great time. I really enjoyed seeing, you know, these machines from World War II so directly come to life. Playing something like Company of Heroes, for example, where there's tank units in game, but you know, you're not driving it around and
Right.
hearing it, and to be able to see the models in this game, I really like. I whiffed so many shots. Oh, this is terrible. I could have like farmed them, absolute farm. It's fine. Do you have a talk?
I do I have a talk? I think I have a talk.
Just for the memes. We gotta do it for the memes.
I'm okay with that. Let me see here. I did actually pretty good. I can't believe I'm that low down the totem pole, but I did pretty good.
No, you did good.
I'll take it. What the hell, right? Toggy, 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 tog, tog. So that was my first couple of fights with Sofilein from Sofi Gaming. She is a Twitch World of Tanks player. Pretty good. I've got a link to her Twitch channel there and her Facebook page. Sofi was wonderful for getting on very, very late at night to play with me for about an hour. We went from like 11:30 to almost 1 o'clock in the morning, which is why I couldn't use my words. Um, but she's just a fantastically fun person to play with, and this is part one. I will put more of our first gaming session up, and we look forward to playing together again in the future. Um, I am not very good. She is a much better player than I am, but we did have a lot of fun, and so we will definitely be doing more of these. And I was really happy that she agreed to get on. So, Sofi, thank you very much. Everybody, check out Sofilein's Twitch stream and her Facebook page if you're still on Facebook. Um, and I will be posting links to both of those below, as I said, and look forward to having some more games with her. But I'll be posting part two of our first game shortly, so don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to get more content with Sofilein and Tanks for the Mammeries. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. And also, Sofi is sponsored by Corsair, so you can get some good discounts on Corsair products through Sofi's channel. So don't forget to take a look at that if you're looking for some new stuff at Christmas. That is a good place to go and get you some discount on some Corsair gaming equipment for your computer. Take care, everybody, and I will catch you next time.